Morning, everybody. It's Henry. The coffee shop talk this morning is going to be about being called, I call myself a dreamer. So yesterday, and I always have these topics because I always talking and socializing with people all day. I mean, that's what we do, right? And a young gentleman's working on our team. He's 18 years old. And he says, Mr. Henry, what inspired you or helped you get where you're at in life? I said, thought about it a few seconds. Didn't take a whole lot of time. I said, well, I had dreams. I didn't dream too big, but I had dreams. So then yesterday, when I was home, I was talking with my wife and something, and we were watching This Is Us, which is actually a really good show. Some stereotyping in it, it bothers me because I hate to think our culture is that way, but in people's vision it is. So let's get back to dreamers. And there was a young boy up there, and he was dreaming of what his future was going to be. Well, I did the same thing. I was about 8 years old, going on 10, and I remember my parents got this desk. It was a roll top. My mom wanted a roll top because she'd do the bills and stuff on it, and I would then sit at it, and I'd say, one day I'm going to have a desk job, Mom. I'm going to be this guy, that guy, this guy. And my mom goes, that's great, Henry. Keep those dreams, and you can be that person. I said, well, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. Now, my dad, on the other hand, I don't think he had any inspiration. My dad just kind of went day by day. I think some people over-exaggerate the freedom, and his mindset was, I'm free and I'm going to do what I want. Nobody's going to tell me what I want, what to do, what I'm going to do. So he didn't work with people very well. He would do things for people so they'd like him, but he didn't have the personality where you naturally liked him for what he did. And he didn't have a boss, so he really didn't have any dreams. And I used to frustrate me because I had dreams and inspirations, and when I would share it with him or thought I was sharing it with my dad was like, well, good luck on that one. And I remember one time I said, Dad, I have a dream to be a pro baseball player, because I was actually really good at it. Good at catching, running. I had the eye for it, catching, and pitching. And my dad's like, well, good luck on that one. So my dad never helped me follow my dreams. He never did. My mom did. My mom always coached me and said, you can do it. Just stay focused. You can do this. I said, Mom, I want to be a wrestler in school. Okay. And she did what she could with me when she could. If we didn't have, a lot of times my dad had the car, so we lived way out in the country, right? And my dad had the car. So I would have to, once I got the late bus home, I'd have to walk over a mile to the house. And it was up on a big hill. And, I did it, and then finally my will broke, and I just gave up, and I started giving up on my dreams. And in one summer, my dad took me to a submarine in Wisconsin, and that was when the whole dream process started all over again. I said, this is what I want to do. I always dreamed about being a veteran. I don't know what the patriotic thing was in me. My dad was patriotic. He always flew the flag. We always watch war movies. We always watch history. And he always talked about the military. He only did a small stint. They call him a veteran, but he wasn't a veteran because he didn't finish his tour and he didn't go to good conduct. He got kicked out after 3 months. He couldn't adapt. And I said, well, I'm going to join the military. And he said, well, that's a good dream. That's a good goal. He said, I encourage you if you want to do the military. And that's when I finally found my dad's acceptance, and that was joining the military. But I didn't also know that he didn't believe I could make it or do it. He always had that doubt, and he was never that supportive foundation. As a father or a mother, you got to be that foundation for your child so they can follow their dreams. So anyways, my dream was that, and I reset my life. And that's when one day I went to school, and I had enough with the school system. I had enough with the teachers, in the way the teachers punished me and try to mold me and try to control me and my energy and my enthusiasm. I'd get asked, there was questions that get asked in the class, and I knew it before anybody else, but I couldn't take tests. I hated tests. I feared tests. But I was good at public speaking and being out in the public in the classroom, and slight jokester and slight not jokester, but never got teacher support. They always looked down on me because I just didn't fit in. I was different. I was kind of a savant in a lot of ways. I'm a savant now. I see things that people don't see. I can go to a car and I can identify things that are broke, not right, before anybody can. You know, it's that find that Waldro guy. And so I had the dreams, and I followed them. And then one day in school, I just had enough. And that's when I had to go to see the principal. And I got called to the principal's office, thinking I was in trouble again. And the principal says, Henry, we're going to have to relook at your school program. Now, I finished 9th grade. I finished 10th grade. I started my first semester in 11th grade. I'm all excited. I was a year ahead of the kids, too, because of my birthday. So I was already a year ahead of my original class. And personally, their materialism was terrible. So the principal calls me in, says, well, you're going to have to go another year in school because you don't have enough credits. I said, how's that? You give me a counselor that says I got to do this and college that. I do all that. I pass in all my classes. I'm carrying B's and C's. 1D, I think, and it was an English comp. I hated English. It was because of the teacher. It wasn't even because of the English. I hated the teacher. The teacher was very condescending, very nasty, didn't believe in my dreams, thought I was a dreamer. He kept calling me a dreamer, in fact. That's kind of funny. I just thought back on that one. That thought just came back to me. And I said to the principal, I said, I got to come back my senior year. I said, I'm already 1 year senior in my class now. I said, Jesus, I'll be the oldest freaking kid going to school here. I'll be 20 before I retire. Before I graduate. He said, well, that's the way it is. That's your choice. I said, no, it's not my choice. It's your choice. It's your system. It's your system, your teachers, your counselor that set me up for failure. And now it's my fault? Not happening. I looked at him. I said, sir, I'm done with this. I was 17. And I said, I'm done with this. I walked all the way home. It was just shortly after my birthday. I walked all the way home. And I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with my dad. I'm done with my family. I'm done with all the bullshit. I'm done with the teachers. And I walked my ass home 35 miles. No shit. And I started my dream. And my big dream was one day I'll have a desk. I'll be running people. I'll be managing people. I'll be working with people. And I'm going to join the Navy. And I joined the Navy. I got in the Navy. And I was at the bottom of the bottom. E1 nobody. Got to the carrier, treated like shit. Worked my way up. Proved my worth and proved I was better than the next 17-year-old that was coming in. Was quite a few. 18-year-old. Then the 19-year-old. Then I went to sub school. And I proved myself at sub school. Got handpicked for new construction submarines. Who gets that? I was in the top 10 of my subclass. Got handpicked. Go to new construction. Had a little bit of wavering time in my career there. I was doing subquals, but I met my brother-in-law. He went to the same boat I did, and he was into drinking and having problems and partying, and he wasn't Navy. He was nasty. Nasty, nasty man. He was just nasty. He had no dreams. He had no inspirations. I want my dreams. So one day, the cop called me, and he says, Henry, at the time he said petty officer, and he gave him my last name. What are you doing? I said, what do you mean, cop? He says, you got to stop hanging around with this guy. We're going to be kicking him out. He's behind on quals. He has no inspiration. He's a dirtbag. He comes in late. I don't know why you're hanging around with him. Well, I was dating his sister, and I was going to marry her. I had plans. I had dreams. And he says, well, you need to distance yourself, and if you want to have a career. And this cop was an A-ganger, just like I wanted to be. And that changed my whole life. I got back onto my dream. He says, don't let somebody else influence your dreams or change who you are because they're different and you think you need to be like them. He says, he's going down the shit tube and you're going to follow him too. We're going to shit can him. And he uses shit a lot. He uses that word a lot. He said, we're going to shit can him. We're going to kick him out. Admin discharge. He's garbage. Alcohol, drinking again, got in trouble, blah, blah, blah. I said, I know, sir. I know, Cobb. I got you. And I redesigned my dream. Now, once I redesigned my dream and I was back on the fast track, I was doing good. But then I married this gentleman's sister, and she didn't have the same dreams I did. This is where I made a mistake. And this is why I'm talking about this topic. You as a man or a woman, I have to use both, either one. I can't use the other third phrase. I don't understand it. So, sorry, not doing it. You as a man or a woman, come in the military or take a job, and you have a dream, you need to follow those dreams. you have a partner that does not have the same vision as you as a dream, but it's an opposite dream and runs their dream as hard but don't support you with your dream, then you need to get rid of that partner. Because my first partner didn't have the dreams that I had. Wouldn't support it, didn't believe in it, hated it. Her dad was an ex-military guy, ex-Navy guy, didn't do good, another dirtbag, blah, 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 kicked out her brother, blah, 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 kicked out. It's just terrible. So I think it's a vicious cycle. She had the vision of the dream. She had other visions and dreams. It was about her, and it wasn't about me, and I was the one bringing in the income, and she wasn't working. So I got rid of that. I had to get rid of that toxic relationship because it wasn't helping me. Again, another toxic relationship. So I've learned through my whole life, if you're a solid dreamer and you have a goal for yourself, stick with yourself and with your dream and pursue it. If you can't find a partner that believes the same thing as you, then that's not the partner for you. That's all I got to say. It's truth, because I tell you why. I married my current partner, and I love her to death, and she has the same dreams. She inspires me every day. She gets up with me at 3:30 in the morning every day. She supports my dream. I support her, and she's very, very non-toxic and supportive of my dreams. And my dream has come through. And I told this young gentleman, your dream will come through if you stay focused on your dream and it's not too big. And here I am. I'm at the top. And I'm going to say this. There's a tier system in America. I don't give a shit what you say. You got us and them. And what's them? The 1%ers. That's the movie stars, the actors, the people that are billionaires and millionaires, right? That you will never get to. You can dream all day you want. You can try. I like that dream, but sometimes the dreams can't be unachievable, and that's one of them, right? I'm not a movie star. I'm not an actor. I'm not a singer. I really don't want to inspire to be one, because they don't do nothing down here for me. They don't do nothing down here at the lower income level of, let's say, 100,000 or less. They do nothing for us. They don't care about us. They don't try to help us, and they just suppress us. And they'll suppress your dream, because their vision of what success is not the same success dream for you. So dream very carefully, very manageably, and keep it sensible, and you'll succeed. I believe I succeeded. I've succeeded within the millions that are up below this cloud, right? We're not the 1%ers. We're below this cloud of 1,000 a year more income, maybe 100,000 to 500,000, right? We are that achievers that keep this country running. It's almost every culture keeps that running. That's the worker bees, right? You got the worker ants, and then you got the king ants that take care of the queen or take care of the king. And they sit on top of the shit pile, and all they'll do is look down on you. Just like somebody made a comment, I don't work for you, you work for me. That's not true. I'm sorry, everybody that's on the top of that shit pile. You do work for us, because if I don't buy your shit, your dream crumbles. But keep your dreams manageable is the pitch to it. I don't want to get off track on those guys. Keep your dream manageable, stick with your dream, and pursue it. And find the person that will pursue it with you. And you will achieve your goals. Be that 8-year-old kid that has that inspiration and dreams big, and you'll do fine. That's my pitch to you. You'll do fine. If you're 16, 15, and you're working at Burger King or McDonald's or any fast food place, stick with your dream. But move up. Move up, I tell everybody. Move up. Pick another job. Take that chance. If it's the military, build yourself a personal resume and join the military. Do 4 years. Learn something. Take something from it. Be that dreamer that pursues your dreams, and don't give up on yourself. That's Henry's Coffee Shop talk for today. Love you, everybody. Life's not easy, but if you stay focused on your dreams and you have everybody help you, you'll succeed. Henry out.